I love living on the farm because it's a timber farm. I'm a hard worker, so I like to go out and do hard work. I've always liked woodworking, and it's always just kind of been like fun to just work with my hands and like build things. I found that like keeping busy during all this has kind of like helped because it kind of keeps your mind off everything. This past year has been kind of hectic. In June, I hurt my hip running a track event. Kind of just started out as like I'd pull the muscle, and then it would heal a little bit, and then I'd just do something and it would strain it again.
Every time I would think I could take him in, and then it would go away and he'd be fine. So finally it was like the week before Christmas that was when he started running a fever. We ended up in the ER.
The doctor came in and he was like, not gonna beat around the bush. He said, you have a mass in your hip, and he's like, he's like, it's probably cancer. I like started kind of like yelling and like crying and everything, and I was like, I'm gonna die.
First they wanted to do a biopsy to try and figure out for sure what it was. We got discharged on Christmas Eve and came home. I didn't know, how many more Christmases would I have with him, or how many more just opportunities where, I don't know, where like, am I gonna have these moments with him? And that was really hard.
They called and they were like, it's Ewing sarcoma bone cancer, and it's malignant.
He went and had the PET scans, which is a full body scan to see where cancer is in your body. I mean, the phrase they used was that he lit up like a Christmas tree, that there was just cancer from head to toe. I started writing down the bones that he was listing off, but then I was like, I think I stopped, because I mean, he like skull, scapula, humerus, all through his vertebrae, in his ribs, in his pelvis, in his femur, in his tibia. Like literally the only bones they didn't list off were like the wrist and hands and feet.
Just kind of like flips your world upside down. I had 14 rounds of chemo, 6 weeks of radiation. After, like the first few times that they just keep telling you bad news, you kind of keep hoping for good news. And I mean, you'll get it like here and there, like making blood counts and like all these little things, but also like not making counts, and then like all these just little bad news things that it just kind of beats you down until you're just like, all right, I'm done with this, but you can't really just give up. Make-A-Wish was very good news, because I didn't know that like I'd been put in until one day Mom got an email that was like, hey, your son's been accepted for like getting a Make-A-Wish granted, and that kind of just like made my like day, and I was super excited. I FaceTimed the Make-A-Wish people, and they just kind of like asked all these questions and just talked me through it. And eventually like they were like, so it sounds like you kind of like really like woodworking. And I was like, oh yeah, I do. And then it kind of just like clicked in my head, and I was like, whoa, what if I like got my own woodworking shop? That'd be really cool. And so that became my wish.
He hopped up off the couch and started like like dancing around in the living room, and it was just like, yes, yes. And he turned around, and he had this huge grin, and I had pulled my phone out and I snapped a picture. And I loved, like, he was so happy.
If anything, it like kind of encouraged me to like keep going, because it gave me something to like fight for, I guess. But yeah, they really help. They're definitely a bright spot in a time that's not fun at all.
It turns into something that's so beautiful and so incredible, and like means so much.
People spend like a lot of their lives collecting tools and buying a little bit there and buying a little bit there, but I kind of just was able to like sit down and be like, all right, I want these, and then I got them all. So then I just like snap my fingers and boom, wood shop.
Keegan had his wish, and it was just like the greatest thing for me to see him so crazy happy and so excited.
It's pretty awesome. I was not expecting them to get every tool, so it was a very nice surprise when they did. It's been really fun because I've been out there almost like, I'd say almost every day working on like something or other. I'm kind of making a little business out of it, so it's called Furcrest Woodworks. This is like a wish that I'm gonna like use like the rest of my life.
Because this cancer has a super high relapse rate, like we'll have scans every 3 months for the next 5 years. The wood shop, that's a place where he can kind of forget about things and just focus on what's in front of him and find like a lot of like a peace in some ways where he just feels like you don't think about stuff. I've seen other people experience Make-A-Wish things, and it's a whole different world when it's my son. And I'm so grateful for all of the donations. I'm so grateful that Keegan had this opportunity. I want every kid who is in a health situation or anything like this, that they all deserve a wood shop or whatever it is that makes them happy.
If anything good came out of cancer, I guess the wood shop's it. So thank you everyone who like donates to Make-A-Wish, because I know this was not cheap and it would not have been made possible if like they hadn't donated, and it's easily the best wish that I could have asked, so thank you.